Thank you.
There's only one more. That's much better.
Do I get one too?
Sure. Dan, come sit up front.
I was saving seats for the VIPs.
You are a VIP. And you can say hi to Mary Ellen and John.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
And Sandy.
Hi.
Sandy I met, was it 40 years ago?
Yeah.
Yes. John I met 50 years ago. Dan, I stayed in his place here in the city, here in Nantucket.
11 years ago, we think.
11 years ago.
You're the youngster.
Yeah.
Who did I meet, though? Was it your brother I met? Who did I meet years ago, too? When you guys were up at Sunset Lane, when you stayed there.
Probably
Doug.
Yeah, Doug, my
Santa,
brother,
no?
Doug. My brother Doug, the doctor.
Yeah, there's a couple like you guys were. Oh, thank you so much.
Okay. So let's take a look at the book. And I have a book outside. I guess nobody took that book, but here we go. Ready?
There'll be a test.
There'll be a test. There'll be a test. I'm just going to say a couple of things. I fell in love with Nantucket when I came to take care of John and his sister Dee Dee and his brother Freddie. And I think that was when I was 18, so that must have been like at least 50 years ago. So he had a cat that I loved, fell in love with.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Oh, I forgot the name of Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell. He was doing gyrotonics with Tinkerbell, and we would go to.
Deny this part.
You deny this part. We had a great time. I went on to study movement and poetry and dance, became a professional dancer, toured Europe and the United States, and trained with a woman named Bonnie Cohen. She has a school called the School for Body Mind Centering. Very great program where you learn about your body and you see how you can change your mind and your consciousness by accessing physical features in yourself. So it's about self-awareness, sensory awareness, knowing who you are. And I think that's a key for the lecture today, is being aware of who you are. And so I'm going to give you little exercises to do. I'm going to talk about certain principles. The first principle I'd like to talk about is the heart, because we know the heart is so key. In fact, in embryology, the heart develops before the brain. The heart develops before the nervous system. And if you look at the template that suggests, it says that the body first starts with the heart and then the nervous system. So we're always thinking, oh, I've got to do this, I'm so pressed. Nervous system, the sympathetic flow, go, 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 go. But the real truth is that all we need to do is place your hand on your heart, and you could do this with me. Place your hand on your heart and just feel the quietness there. Calm heart, calm mind. And we need to shift our thinking from the heart as a pump to the heart as a conduit. The heart is shaped internally and embryologically as it's grown in a spiral. In fact, it's an infinity symbol. And if you include all the blood vessels all around your body, your heart is just part of all the vasculature there. And the muscles of the vessels themselves are working to move the blood. So you don't need to think about your heart as a pump. You can take the burden off your heart and just feel that you're one figure eight and you're flowing all through your body, and its blood vessels are moving the blood as well as the heart. So that relieves that tension we have. Oh, I'm feeling it in a place that's all solidified. You don't want that. You want to feel that your whole body is able to take care of you and that you're floating in space. So on that note, let's see if you can lift your arms over your head and see if you can feel a sense of being suspended as you take a deep breath. And you let all of that work go, and you feel like you're being supported. being supported literally by your fascia. But you can stretch a little bit and reach for the sky, and you're feeling suspended. So think of your body feeling suspended from space. That space is holding you up. It's not you holding you up. It's space that's holding you up. And if you feel that intensely, you might want to stand up and stretch or move around a little bit. Don't feel like you're plastered in your chairs. I can't stand that feeling. Since I'm a mover, I'm definitely going to be moving and invite you to move. Take care of your bodies. Questions?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh.
Glasses.
Feel free to ask me questions. So embryology is quite fascinating and quite complex. We can take that in any kind of direction we want. But in body-mind centering, which is the program that I've studied for another 50 years, we use embryology to use as a template for any kind of movement, any kind of activity. And it's really a great way to learn about yourself and your body. So one way we think about it is, instead of using your brain, you're going to access your whole self, all of your tissues. And to get yourself out of the frontal brain, you just put your hand on the back of your head. And then breathe and sink down into your tissues. And it's the lower occipital lobe that has to do with the very basic primal reflexes and responses and self-regulation in terms of breath, heart rate, the exchange of oxygen, so forth. And now put your right hand on your right leg and remember the sensation that you felt with your hand on your head. And see if you can sense from your leg to your head. So you are feeding what you're feeling on your hand. You're feeding that into your sensory brain, your reptilian brain. Now you're on the right side of your body. Let's do the left side. So start with your left hand behind your head. If you weren't there before, use your left hand. Whatever hand you weren't using before. Breathe in to close your eyes. Okay, so there you're in your lower brain, and then put your left hand on your left thigh. And see if you can feed from the left thigh into that part of your brain on the left side. The lower left. And notice any differences between the right side when you felt it and the left side when you felt it, if you noticed a difference. No?
Same.
Does it feel the same or does it feel different?
I'm gonna go with different.
Yours feels totally different. Yeah, mine feels a little different too.
I feel balanced.
Do you feel balanced? Good for you. Some of us are not so balanced. So, what we're going to do is a little exercise to help balance our bodies. And you can use this any time of day or night. You can use it lying on your back. I do it with many of my clients because a lot of them need more balancing, and I know I do. So we're going to do a cross-crawl pattern. A cross-crawl pattern is something that is used in the rehab of brain injuries because you're crossing the different lobes. Specifically, you're crossing the corpus callosum, which is a part of the brain. And it integrates the opposite side with the lower side, the opposite side with the lower side. So let's take a moment, touch your opposite thigh, and move your leg. And when the rhythm should be about once a second, you tap. So it's 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 2,000. So anytime you need to have a burst of energy, or you feel disconnected, or you feel out of your body, you could just do this. And it's important to use the hands to separate and then close. So open and then cross, open and then cross. Okay, good. And now come back to putting your left hand on your left thigh, breathing, and see how that feels now. Connecting your brain. You're sending messages from your cells to your brain. And you can do the right side. I feel more connected now. I feel more connected. I don't know if you feel a difference. Do you feel any difference?
I feel stronger.
You feel stronger?
In my head, in the back of my head.
It'll
relaxed.
more relaxed.
Yeah, definitely more relaxed.
Yeah. I feel better. I feel more balanced now. So this is a very important principle here, that the cells are giving information to your brain instead of the other way around, which is how we always do it the other way around. And we overtax our brains, and we're not listening to our bodies. And so this is a chance. Just sink right into your whole body, into your cells. You have this exercise now. You can feed your brain with your cells instead of the other way around. And as we get older, it's critical to be able to use all of our body to keep us going. So this is a really key area in body-mind centering and in life, is to use the template of the cells growing first before the nervous system. So when you feel stressed and you feel overwhelmed and you've got too much on your mind, lie down. My teacher used to say when she was in a hurry, she would lie down to rest and to let the cells take over and help you instead of using the brain, overtaxing the brain all the time. So that's a key area. Developmentally, there are patterns that you go through once you're in the shape of an embryo and you have different movements in the womb. One of them is to learn to suck, and some of us didn't have that experience as an infant. But sucking helps develop the brain and helps develop the rest of the body. And there are reflex patterns that you're born with if you're lucky, and sometimes you're not lucky or you're born early. In early premature babies, they have the reverse of the reflexes. So there's a reflex called a rooting reflex, when you touch the cheek with the nipple and the baby turns towards the cheek. But with a premature baby and touch the cheek, the baby turns away. And so there's a lot of repatterning that you need to do with early babies. So if you have been born early, anybody here premature? Okay, so if you were, you could go back to these principles and go back to these reflexes and practice them.
Joni Goldberg, client, August 25th, 2000.
So just to know early reflex patterns that you can access as an adult. Even this one that we're doing, this one. What is this pattern when you're an infant? You don't see the baby doing this, but what would you see that's cross left side, right side?
Walking.
Walking, but before walking you have
Crawling.
Crawling, that technically crawling is on your stomach and creeping is on your hands and knees. So you will have, in a healthy child in development, the crawl. And if the baby has an injury, you bring them into that pattern. So you put your right foot down, you follow with your left arm. I'm sorry, I teach reverse when I teach. So left foot down, the left arm follows, and there's an arc in the side of the body. So try that with me. I'm going to turn this way. Put your left foot down, you're pushing off the floor, you're on your stomach, and you reach with the right arm, you bend and turn your head to the left. Then you step with your left, or you push your left foot down, and then you reach up with your left hand and bend to the right, your head turns to the right. And then you step with your right hand and you push up with the right hand and you bend and turn to the left and your left knee is bent. Then you push down with your left foot and you reach up with your left hand and go over there to the other side. Step and push. It's a push pattern, and left foot push. Push over. That push from your foot reaches through the torso and goes up to the right hand. You push with your foot, you reach up with your torso and bend to the other side. Yeah, you connect your foot, you have to connect your foot to the push. Yeah, it's the foot that initiates the movement. You got the opposite.
Oh, whoops.
There you go, that's it, John. That's it, Marilyn. Push. Yeah, take your time to let it go up through the torso and then over. And then press down, push. With your right foot, push. And then through the torso and then over.
So it's push and hold then, right?
Push and lengthen, really. That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then push with your right foot. Yeah, make sure it comes through the torso. The energy passes through the torso. It's actually the stacking of the little moments of tissue. Yeah, now the truth is, once your foot is on the floor, both feet are on the floor. And then, yeah, and the shoulders relax. Shoulders relax. Yeah. Stretching through. Good. Press in, stretching through. That's it. So you see this early pattern here is connecting your legs with your upper body, your lower body and your upper body. So we would do an earlier pattern. This pattern is about number 4 in the series, so we went to that pattern. But the first part is the spine, just moving the spine. Let's try that, just wiggling. Wiggling, let your head be part of that. So wiggling. And then, that's an up and down movement. So you can wiggle this way too. Not only side to side, but up and down, front and back. Then what comes next? We have the up and the down, and how about left and right? So you can go left and right, but let's rotate as we're going rotating. This would be what movement in an infant?
Rolling over.
Rolling over. My son.
Yeah, right.
Yay.
Had a cheat sheet. Right.
Now you can also do it side to side as someone was starting to do. This is also side to side, right? This is in the vertical plane. Why do I mention the planes? And then we can go back to the horizontal plane. And I can also go in the sagittal plane. I'm reaching forward I'm reaching back sagittally. I'm going forward, I'm going back. Now I've just given you a couple of clues. What is the sagittal plane?
You know,
Sagittal, like Sagittarius, it's the sign of Sagittarius is what? Sign of Sagittarius is the arrow, the bow and the arrow. In fact, that's a reflex. That's called the ATNR, asymmetrical tonic neck reflex. It will keep the baby at a certain stage, I think it's about 6 months, from falling out of the crib because the arm will prevent it, won't be able to go around his body. But where was I? We're talking about sagittal. Sagittal, forward and back. Sagittal, what's the psychological meaning of sagittal? It's about commitment and direction. So you'll find people who are very sagittal. I'm being very sagittal right now with my voice. I'm being sagittal. I'm coming to sit down and I'm sitting. I'm being very sagittal. So you'll see people that are more direct, and that's a key. They're being very sagittal, and it helps you to learn how to address people, or if you're running a company and you want to have good people mixed together, you want to have a sagittal person there. But a horizontal person, if I go into a horizontal mode, and I'm really just being more horizontal and communicating with you and talking to you, you can be sagittal, you can be horizontal. And being horizontal can be a benefit. if you're just talking to your buddies and you just want to have a conversation, it's a nice place to relax for me.
And you can find the medium, right?
You can find the medium, but you could match a person's energy level.
True.
Which is key. And then what is the last one? The vertical. The vertical plane is a plane of presentation. And so you can practice your posture right now, sitting here, and become more vertical. You're going to feel that you're really sitting on your haunches, and your arms are relaxed. And now if you want to practice your standing, you can do it beautifully by just creasing into your hip joints, pushing down on your seat, and rising from the top of your head, feeling like someone is lifting you. So let's play with that. Your feet should be parallel. Good. You're going to crease into the hip joint without rounding your back. Push down, but your toes need to be parallel. That's it. Let your hands hang by your side. That's it. Now you're going to crease. Keep your back flat. And if your weight is forward, all you need to do is push with your feet and your legs and come straight up. And nice and vertical. Head is in line. Yeah, bend your knees over your second toe. And you don't look down quite that much. It's part of your line might touch you.
Sure.
Yeah, and just keep bending your knees. Bending your knees, bending your knees, bending your knees, bending. You don't have to round your back yet. Keep your head up. Yeah, keep bending your knees. Did they bend anymore? These are low chairs. And then you would drop your seat without having to fall. Beautiful. Beautiful. Relax your arms. Come out all the way back so you're sitting. That's it. That's it. That's it. Your shoulders relax.
What happens if my shoulders are, I tend to have shoulders that...
Yeah, keep your shoulders open, yeah. Keep your shoulders open. What was it? And let your hands hang down. Is it okay to touch?
Yes.
Okay. So you were doing fine. You're creasing here. Good. As you crease, don't go up yet. You're going to crease. Crease here. No, your head comes with you and your arms are hanging down. Your eyes are traveling downward. That's it. Now you crease. Keep creasing. Shift your weight over your feet. There you go, and then you come up. Then your head comes vertically. You're going to go down the same way. Bend your knees. Don't go forward yet. You bend your knees. Keep bending until you can't bend anymore. Then you crease. Let your head go with you. That's it. Keep bending, keep bending, keep bending. Arms relax. That's it. Beautiful. Do you want to try? Can I touch you? No?
Oh, sure.
I'm going to come on this side.
Okay.
You're looking straight ahead, and then let your head come with you.
Oops. Was that wrong?
No, just look down.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to look with your body.
Oh.
Yeah, and then bring your head come. Now you're vertical, so you come up.
Oh.
But you look straight ahead now.
Oh.
Okay, so you're going to bend your knees, but keep your head where it is. Then, when you go forward, your chin comes with you. Crease into your hip joint. That's it. Keep creasing, keep creasing. Bring your chin back. That's it. Not too much, but just enough.
Okay.
And then come back. Sitting. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Try again.
Oh.
Head. That's it. This is actually the most efficient way to stand. Yes. All right, so if I do it from here, in this chair, start vertical as much as possible. I'm going to bend my knees as much as possible. And then when I can't bend any further, I'm going to take my whole body forward, looking down, because my eyes are traveling with me. Then I can continue to bend and keep bending until I just place my hips on the chair and I come back up, all one piece. And I reverse that, my hands are hanging down, I crease into the hip joint, my eyes come with me, and I push down and come back up. Just try it again. Start with a long spine, you're sitting right on your haunches. That's it, sitting up. That's it. Feet are parallel. Good, good, Mary Ellen. Yeah, you should really have to work your legs if you're not used to that. And relax. Yeah, don't look down until you have to. Keep your knees open Over your second toe. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's a little low. He's a little low. Beautiful. That's it, John. Looking down. Yes. Better. Much better. Looking down. Don't let your knees fall together. Yeah, because it puts pressure on the knees if you let your knees come together. That's it. And try again. Arms relaxed. Looking down. Good. Yay, give yourself a hand. Yay. If you've learned nothing, now you know how to sit better, so that's great. And why is that important?
Posture.
Posture. And what is posture?
Alignment.
Alignment, right? But it's not stiff. We think of it as stiff. We hear the word posture, we think it's stiff. But what is the shape of the spine?
It's like curved.
It's curved. And why do we have curves in our spine? What do curves do?
Flexibility.
What?
Flexibility.
Flexibility and support. And how about shock absorption? What happens with the car and those springs?
Whiplash.
Yeah, well, hopefully not. But you're going up and down, right, in a car, and the shock absorbers absorb the shock of your impact. So same thing with your spine. If you don't have those curves symmetrically aligned, then wherever it's the straightest will absorb the shock. So a lot of people have low back pain because their curves aren't even. A lot of people have neck pain because their head is forward of the center line. If you have a center line going through your body, you should have half your body in front and half your body behind. Not distorted this way. We have all different postures because actually we learn a lot of our patterns from our parents, the way they walk, children walk. So a lot of similarities. But I want you to feel the spinal curves of your body. Now, when you're born, what position are you in?
Fetal.
You're fetal, so you're completely round. You don't have any curves. You don't have any curves. So one of the first curves to form is the lift of your head and the neck curve. So it's important to push off the floor when you're on your stomach. That's why I tell people, keep your baby on your stomach, on its stomach, because that's how the curves form properly, and the push patterns form because the baby's weight is on the ground, and the push is up. And the doctors don't care if the baby's developed. You're going to, no matter what, you'll develop and probably be fine. But the doctors don't really pay attention to the importance of pushing when you're on your stomach. So if you're lying on your back, which is what they recommend, then you don't get those push patterns in your body. And it changes the whole trajectory of your coordination and your growth and probably your mentality as well. Pushing is important because you can say no. Push pattern is a no. A reach pattern, which comes after that, is a yes. Pulling towards you, being able to pull things towards you that you need in life. Or pushing away and setting a boundary. Saying no. In fact, the lymphatic system, which is our immune system, is another way to say, no, I don't want this in my body. And that's why the immune system is so important. So in fact, I'm going to show you a little movement for your self-massage to enhance your immune function. And I start my class Monday, Wednesday, Friday with a lymphatic massage. So you're welcome to join us Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The first class is free at 9:30 in the morning. But we take essential oils and we put it on our neck and on our elbows and on the wrists and under your nose. And when you put essential oil under your nose, in this time of pandemic, you can really have a good whiff stimulating the olfactory nerve. In fact, not just 12 cranial nerves, there are 13 cranial nerves, and the 13th cranial nerve is lying right next to the olfactory nerve. So if you put your hands kind of in the place where the dents are here, in the bridge of your nose, and draw a line back, you'll be tracing the olfactory nerve and the 13th cranial nerve, which is also an olfactory nerve of sorts. That 13th nerve has to do with primal smell. So primal smell is a mating smell. Do you like the smell of your mate? Are you drawn to your mate through smell? I once had a person tell me I like to match people up, so I